Hi everybody, Jamie here, and yeah, I'm laying in the bed because it's late at night and kind of somewhat tired. And the cat's over here. We can see her. She's there grooming. She's probably trying to find a tangle. I need to give her a haircut, and I need to give her a haircut because her hair is getting too long and tangly, and it's summer. And anyway, so yeah, the day's taking its toll, and the cracks are deep in my face, and I'm feeling tired. So I want to talk about a subject that a lot of people talk about, and you might be wondering, when does a person or a transgender child know they're transgender? And everyone has a different age, and you can read about it in psychology books. When did they first feel different or trapped in the wrong body? And thinking back, I was born in 72, so I can remember at age 5. At age 5 years old, I knew I was different, and I actually knew what I was completely. And I think I remember age 3 and 4 working on figuring it out, but it was kind of a taboo subject in the old days. I mean, I was only born in the 70s. I mean, especially if you're born in the 50s, well, you really had it rough. But even in the 70s, I remember in 1977 walking through the living room because I was digging in the garden outside, and I was 5 years old. And I cut across the living room. My mother was watching TV, and she had the television. She had it on, who remembers the Donahue TV show? Donahue was the only one, really, the only talk show host that ever really, I feel like, that I put forth the issue of transgender, or then they called it transsexual, in a professional medical manner, as an informative manner. And I still think the Donahue show is, I'm sure there was some series with exploitation, but nothing like all the other talk shows came in the 80s. As far as I'm concerned, Jerry Springer's done the most harm any talk show could do for transsexual people, transgender people. But yeah, I remember, so I was cutting across the living room, and my mother had the Donahue show on, and they had a transsexual on there, and she said, all I heard was the word sex change surgery. And that's when I knew that that was a surgery for me. And a true transsexual's gonna know right away when they hear that, or I don't know, today I guess they could look on YouTube, or it's much more accepted actually just to go to school as the sex you proclaim yourself is in your mind to be, psychological sex. And I'd also like to say that for the naysayers and the haters out there who deny psychological sex, I always say, if every birth defect exists in the world, how can the sexology of the mind or the gender of the mind be skipped? And y'all just want it to be skipped because you have some kind of religious taboo. But I think if you read the Bible, there's a lot of contradictory things that are said, and I think there's phrases in there that probably support transsexual people being that way and born that way and coming into the world that way. And look, you can take any verse, you can take many verses in the Bible and translate them, use them to interpret all kinds of stuff. All right, and everybody knows that. So, anyways, yeah, for me it was definitely age 5. I knew I wanted the surgery. It was 1977. And then I just always thought about it. through the late 70s, 80s. Graduated high school in 1990. But those were hard years because you were basically, if you didn't have a lot of money or live in a big city where you could find health services to help you, you were kind of stuck. I remember pulling out the phone book and calling doctors randomly trying to get hormones, and you can imagine the reaction from a lot of those people. Oh, we don't do that here. But anyways, I eventually found doctors to help me. By age 21, when I started the process. So, all right. So I'm curious to hear about other people. What ages did you decide? Did you become aware that you were transgendered? And so email me. There goes another cat. He's gonna sleep up here on top of my head, his favorite spot. All right, everybody. Peace, love, and happiness. You take care. I love everybody. And comments will be blocked for this video. All right. Good night, everyone. I love you. Bye-bye.